Yay! Hello, hello. I hope everyone is doing well. Happy Wednesday. I had to stop and think about that. Let me know if you can hear me. I've been messing around with my microphone. We'll see if it's any better at all. And this is my so called life. How's it going? My name is William, and this is my so called life.
Get the most fun out of life, out of being a mother and wife, with new fashion excitement that's all created by you. On your new Touch and Sew
Sewing machine by Singer.
Touch and Sew.
Another first from Singer.
Be the girl with the golden touch on your new Singer Golden Touch and Sew machine. Dozens of exclusive features, like this new built-in needle threader for the golden slant needle and the push-button bobbin that winds right in the machine. What a wonderful new feeling. You can do all three kinds of sewing: straight, zigzag, and chain stitch.
Touch and Sew, the push-button bobbin way.
Come sew on one at your Singer Center. Choose from 5 Touch and Sew models from $149.95.
What's new for tomorrow
Is at Singer today.
Yay! Hello, hello, hello. Oh, I gotta put my shades on. I have to be cool. Let me know if you can hear me. Great to see everybody. Hello, 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 Zaza, Deb. Great to see you, Donnell. Happy birthday, Jess. Happy birthday. Now I have the Stevie Wonder "Happy Birthday to Ya" stuck in my head. Yay! Hello, Joyce. Welcome. Great to see you. Yay! Hello. Oh, do you know, I was about to say it's Monday, but it's Wednesday and it feels like a Monday. Yay! Great to see everybody. Hello. Yay! Happy birthday again, Jess. Happy birthday. And because of Jess, I have this amazing, well, it was called a Vietnamese coffee press, and I'm probably going to sleep next Tuesday. I love the thing. Absolutely love the thing. Yay. Hello, everybody. Hello. I am actually getting new glasses in 2 weeks, and so is my son. So, welcome to my so-called petty life. Yay, welcome everybody. Welcome. Yay. Yay! That makes me think of Mickey Mouse. I know, I know. I feel like it should be on a t-shirt. You should have seen the optometrist lady's face when she was like, "Oh, when was your last checkup?" I said, "I don't know." I slid her my ID. She typed it in and she looked at me and she's like, "Sir, how did you get here?" Oh, but before we get to that, something amazing happened to me this morning. So this morning I was driving, minding my own business, and I got pulled over in the shop truck that has my job. It literally says blah 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 ranch on the side. And the cop, he thought he had one. He was so excited to write me a ticket. And you know what? It was my fault. It was my fault. He wrote me the ticket. I feel sorry for the guy because he looks at me and he's like, "But if you aren't wearing your glasses, then I'm turning." But he looks at me and he says, "You know, your boss is going to be really, really angry." And I looked at him with this coffee cup in my head, in my hand, and I said, "I've already forgiven myself." Oh, cheers to you, buddy. He was so mad, he turned into like a blueberry or a raspberry. And I've already forgiven myself for my bad driving. Yay! Can you see William with the Coke bottle glasses? Well, the funny thing is, my prescription really hasn't changed. Whoa. Takes me a second for my eyes to adjust. My prescription really hasn't changed, but it made me laugh. Aw, because young Mr. Sewing has vision just like me. Aw. Oh man. Here we go. So I'm still mounting an expedition in my closet, and I'm finding every lost project and everything that is long, long forgotten. And I decided, dun da da da, I decided to add a hood. But I'm going to be really extremely conservative on this, and I'm only going like 3 feet. Well, like 3 feet 5 inches. Extremely conservative on this hood. And I didn't even do it on purpose, but the pattern has bees on it. Whoops. This is the lining of the hood, but this is yet another bee pattern. I watch a lot of sewing content. I had to take my glasses off to sew before I got varifocals that are clear on the bottom. There was all kinds of stuff. They're like, "Oh, you need this treatment and this and that." And I'm like, "Sure." So my next glasses are going to be extremely whiz-bang. Yep, only 3 feet. I used to go to this, first off, Candace, great to see you. And if I haven't mentioned you, great to see everybody. Again, happy birthday to So Blessed by Jess. Great to see you, Deb, Zaza. Yay, hello, hello. A while ago, I used to go to this fabric store I call Modelo Man in downtown Los Angeles. He was literally the last fabric store in Los Angeles, but it was more geographic. It was nothing emotional. There wasn't like some story behind it. He was literally the last fabric store. But he would give me these insane deals. I talk about it all the time in this room. I have rolls of fabric. Hey, Mona, great to see you. Great to see you. Absolutely. Donnell, you're rubbing off. See, I told you that they make awesome glasses nowadays. Oh, I don't even want to get into that. Oh, the selection was overwhelming. Yay. Hello, hello. Yay. Great to see you, Mona. Great to see you. Hello, hello. I'm going off about my grandma pattern that I purchased in downtown Los Angeles. You know, I'm a man who's not scared of flowers. I'm not scared of a floral print. And the other day, I can't remember who I was watching, but they said they could tell this certain style came from a man because there wasn't any print. And I was like, well, that person must be scared of floral print. But I found all different types of microfiber print, all types of crazy material in downtown Los Angeles. So I'm contagious. And I'm still using it. I still have yards and yards of fabric. Yay. You're talking about Miss Rodell like you didn't just go to him. No, it's been I don't think I've gone this entire year. I don't think I've gone this year. Or if I have, it hasn't been since like my birthday, which is in February. And next year I accept gifts. Or I'll just do what I always do on my birthday, the sad guy live stream. Hey, Skits, how's it going? How's it going? Yay. Next time. Oh, that reminds me, before we get too far, I do have a picture to share that I completely forgot about. I'm just going to leave that up there for a minute. This is how I walk through the grocery store. Yay. Hello, hello. So, needless to say, I have a ton of fabric from downtown. I still have a ton of fabric. And I'm going to add a giant hood. Yes, I am. I just got home. The espresso's kicking in. If I'm talking extra fast this evening, we can all blame So Blessed by Jess, who recommended that Vietnamese coffee pot. That is amazing. Yay. All right, another pot has fried your brain. You totally went to him this summer. It's been longer. Hey, Katie Crafts. Hello, hello. Great to see you. Great to see you. Yay. And I do walk through the grocery store with an aggressive face. I'm not kidding you. It makes so much sense. One time, this woman walked up to me in a really inappropriate way and was following me around the grocery store. It's because my pineapple was not correctly placed. So from now on, it's upside down pineapple. Oh, yay. It's true. I love that thing. I took it to work and everybody was like, oh no. Oh no. Ah. No, no, I have a child, aka employee. I definitely had my son take that picture. I wouldn't bother people at the grocery store like that. You know, I'm extra. I know when I walk in, they're like, that guy has to be a space alien. But I'm not here to waste people's time. I've had jobs like that. And I know what it is when extremely happy people walk in and you're like, hey man, I'm not here for that. Yay. Hello, hello. I love the floral shirt. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to add a giant hood, which I should plug in my sewing machine right now. I'm having trouble with StreamYard. I had to unplug all my cameras. I wrote this really Karen email, and I'm not kidding you, because my cameras were not working. I wrote him an email. I came back like 5 or 6 hours later, and then my camera was stuck on one camera. So I had to unplug all my cameras. So eventually I'll figure it out. When are you gonna try growing your own pineapple again? I am. And I have a coffee hutch, whatever you want to call it. So it's it's raccoon free. So I'm growing a pineapple right now. Yay! Vietnamese coffee for the win. Gonna make one tomorrow morning. I absolutely love it. I love the experience and I like sitting down. It makes me feel coffee. I don't know. There's something about coffee that's extremely civilized. And tea as well. Tea as well. I'm glad that. So my microphone is finally working. That's a good thing. What about crickets? They're still here. They're still here. I get, I feel like, oh, am I tuning them out? And then at the most random moment, I'll hear a cricket. They're here. My problem with the grocery store is that I'm the only person who believes in getting my shit and getting out. Everybody else just wanders through a half mile an hour. Well, it's different. If I'm with my son or by myself, it's all business. But when I'm with grandma, we take our time because we love grandma, so we take our time. Girl, that drives me crazy. I have better places to be. Do I'm even like that with thrifting? I have such a routine, it's not even funny. Every single thrift store, even the ones in Vegas, when I walk in, I look for the electronics section. I walk straight to the electronics section. I look for sewing machines, of course. And then I go to the men's section. I look for jackets and shirts, and I move on. I will say, I'm not that bad. My son thanked me. And I know my ex-wife probably watches this, but he thanked me because my ex-wife will spend 2 to 3 hours in a store. And my son was like, I'm so glad that you're impatient. But I'm the kind of person who I want to go to like 5 or 6 different stores. I don't want to be trapped in one store. All right. So, hold on. Let me make sure that this one is going. It's a different world when I can actually see. So the iPad dock speaker thing that I won at the Goodwill, my sister does that. I don't go shopping with her anymore. I'll tell you, I appreciate thorough people. I'm a thorough person, but I'm also naturally impatient. I just am. I'm one of those people who's like, okay, let's do this, let's go. And so I can't hang around people who meander through stores. I respect you. I love you. I think you're valid. I took my phone out of its case to clean the case. I swear my phone has slipped out of my hand repeatedly. Luckily, it's in one piece. Katie, I do that all the time. Every time I get a phone, I go and purchase the most fancy case, whatever I can get at the time, because I dropped my phone. If I could wrap this thing in bubble wrap and not be laughed out of my job, I would cover this thing in bubble wrap. I drop it all the time. Apparently, I power shop. I have a question for everybody. How do you guys shop? I don't have a problem with that. Again, I grew up with a mother who would go through every aisle. I'm impatient. I am impatient. And my father was an avid shopper. He was he had an addictive personality, but he would go in and go out. He would be like, okay, we're going here for this, and he would be gone. So Zaza is Zaza Power Shops. Got to pull a meatloaf. Oh, now I'm craving meatloaf. Me too, Zaza. I know what I want. No, absolutely. Do you know what Mona says online. Do you know, only recently have I begun really buying clothes online because I'm odd bodied. That's why I make my own clothes because I have a really long torso. And so I have to buy a men's extra large, even though I might not necessarily be it because I need the length. So I shop online. I just started shopping online this year. Well, as far as clothes, I don't think I don't think I've ever purchased a pair of shoes online. I'm really weird about that because I have a giant foot. I'm tactile. I have to be there to try the shoes on. Well, it's also because I wear cowboy boots, and I read the Amazon reviews, and I'm like, oh, those won't last 5 minutes with me. That's really what it is. I have to test out the boots because I need quality because I'm actually gonna wear the boots. If I'm in a hurry, I like to be in and out. If I'm buying fabric, I could be all day long. I'm trying to, the only place I ever felt comfortable doing that was in downtown Los Angeles in Mr. Modelo's shop. That man loved me. There was one time I turned the corner and he snorted. He was so excited to see me. He was like, and he jumped up. He's like, come in, my friend. Oh, I miss that guy. I like to buy my clothes in person at shops. I'm the same way. But again, I like the experience. Okay. I don't know if everyone's ready for this. I am 5'9", and I wear a size 13 shoe, 13 and a half in certain boots. That makes me a real life hobbit. I am a real life hobbit. 5'9" is average height around the world, but I live in a land of giants. Excuse me. Let me grab my water. Most people around me are 6 feet tall. So I feel short because most people around me, everybody, men and women, high school kids. And I've been this height for a very, very long time. That one exception to the rule is allowed. That's very true. I do love shopping for fabric, but I'm also very impulsive. I know this is shocking. So if I see something I like, I'm like, can I please get 6 yards of that immediately? I browse vegetables and fruit section and zip through the rest of the store. I won't even lie. I am like that. Like with my pineapple, because I actually do eat pineapple. That's not an innuendo. I am like that. My oldest daughter is 5'11". See, I'm telling you, I'm short. I'm short for my height. The worst thing is when they move all the stuff around at the supermarket, it puts me in a bad mood. I always jokingly say when they're like, oh, did you find everything okay? I always say, I could write the floor plan in here. The day they move everything, I'm completely lost. Oh, why is it not letting me click on comments? Oh, that's terrible. So we're stuck. Oh, there we go. Have a great night, Deb. Thank you. Thank you very much for stopping by. Sorry, we're having technical difficulties for a second. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's great to see you. I'm 5'11". You're average for a lot of men. I've been quite a few places, so I know I'm average height around the world, but I think there's just a lot. Youngest, not quite 5'2". There's a lot of extremely tall people where I live. Thank you so much for stopping by, Deb. Have a great evening. Thank you so much. My brother is 6'4". I'm 5'7". I'm the shortest in my family. I'm telling you. Every time I meet someone in person, every time, I hear the same thing. I thought you were taller. And I wear cowboy boots. It gives me the illusion of height. So because of my boots, when you see me, or even when on the ranch, well, on a horse, everybody looks 10 feet tall, but or even on a tractor, there was one time I stepped off the tractor and somebody was like, "Oh wow, I thought you were a lot taller." But on a tractor, you're way up here. Oh, I'm 5'7". I think I used to be 5'8". Okay, as somebody who grew up around nothing but senior citizens, this is real. This is real. We all, the older we get, you go like this and then you start going like this. I've seen the best and the brightest. My grandma was like at least 5'5". When she passed away at 99, she was like 4'11". She was like this tall. Oh, good times. Good times. All right, let me grab my giant hood. To find which way I have to find which way everything's pointing. Oh, I've been flopping this around the house so much. I have to make sure all the fabric is still lined up. Beautiful. You call it no way. I'm putting myself in that category. I feel like one. Great, I can't wait to be 5'2". I'm telling you, because my grandmother had Alzheimer's. She had dementia and Alzheimer's. I don't know, whichever one makes you really mean. And I would go to her doctor's appointments and I knew how tall she was. So when they were like, "Oh, you've shrunk," I'm like, "Oh, it's real. It's real." Oh. Absolutely. Absolutely. I used to hang out with a man that would wear a hat that said, "I'm a senior, now give me my damn discount." I still have the hat. I and you know what? When I reach that age, the day I become a senior citizen, I will wear that hat. We have quite a few fires by my house, so the air is absolutely awful again. Oh, meatloaf out of the oven, box cake in. Oh, I'm starving now. This is literally something I'd eat. Yum, absolutely cake. Very sweet, Candace. You may want to get an eye exam. Absolutely, Mona. You can't be a day over 50. Here, Roy, are you making dinner for me? Oh. Do you know, in the past couple of days, talk about meal prepping. I swear, I asked my mom today, I was like, "Are you fattening me up so I can't run or something?" Oh, now I'm craving cake as well. I've been on this really weird sweet tooth kick for a year now. They're so awful. They're so awful since we have officially reached the food portion of the stream. I purchase sugar cookies that have this much frosting on them. My son is like, "They should just call them frosting cookies." I'm obsessed with these things. I absolutely love them. Oh, talking about it makes me want to. I have them in my house. That's why the only reason I'm talking about them. Do you know what's funny? Whenever I go shopping, I shop like I know a disaster is coming or something. I hate going back for 100 trips to the grocery store. So I try to get as much as I can. But I'm also that same person who has feasts the first 2 or 3 days after he goes to the grocery store. Oh, okay, good. I have a feeling it's going to be time to replace this guy pretty soon. I'll take box cake. I love box cake. I love box cake. I love that color blue. Oh, these are bees as well. No, these are bees. I've been buying a lot of lining lately because I constantly talk about it. Like I'm always making these projects and I never have enough lining because I fall in love with certain prints, and so I always end up putting them on the outside. Oh, whoops. Let me go back. I've made non-yeast cakes from scratch and they turn out excellent and the same as box cake. So I just get the box cake. Icing is the best part of those cookies. The cookie part sticks to the roof of your mouth. Addicted, Candace. I am addicted to sugar cookies. Recently, my son was like, I hope you don't use those as insulin. I was like, dude, 10 points. 10 points. That's a good one. Absolutely. I'm the same way. Do you know what's so funny? I talk about this all the time. During COVID, everybody was working out. People were in their house. They're filming themselves with videos. I gained 50 pounds. I was eating cupcakes and cakes. My son was waking up eating cupcakes. I was like, well, we have nothing else better to do. It was a strange time during the plague. Strange time. Not a big icing fan. Hurts my teeth. I'm addicted to icing. Oh. Do you know, we had a cheesecake factory in my town that completely failed. And I'm so glad that I went there quite a few times. And I'd walk in and they're like, how many? I'm like, I just came here for a couple cheesecakes. And they're like, go to the room of shame, sir. It's over here. Oh, I miss that place. Absolutely, Mona. Absolutely. Now I'm starving for cheesecake. Oh. Plus, ever since I quit drinking, pop icing and frosting are so sweet that they're almost taste sour. Okay, true story. I was addicted to Tostitos, and this was years ago because I haven't had a sip of alcohol in 12 years. I was addicted to the Tostitos cheese that you can get at the store. When I quit drinking, I was like, what is this stuff? My taste completely changed. I completely understand. I need to quit drinking pop. So my excuse is I didn't drink soda until I was 25 years old. And then after I discovered soda, you couldn't keep me on the farm. But I need to quit drinking soda as well. During COVID, I made a cinnamon roll cake from scratch, 1940s recipe every day. Absolutely. Absolutely. I just love cake. Absolutely. I'm the same way. Oh, biscuits 3 times a week. If buttermilk biscuits are dangerous in my house, they are dangerous. Yay. Hello, butterfly. Hello. Great to see you. Their peanut butter chocolate cheesecake. Oh, I was hooked on that stuff, Candy. I pulled up. No one told me. I pulled up to the Cheesecake Factory and I'm like, oh, I wanted to cry when it was closed. I'm addicted to buttermilk biscuits. Yay! I love the nacho cheese that comes in the huge can. I'm still looking for an excuse to bring that into my house. I'm still looking for an excuse. I can't justify it. Yeah, great to see you. Yay, I'm at 900. I say this every time. Oh, wow. I say this every time. Well, I'm at 899. I'm at almost 900. I can't believe I'm here, and I thank everybody who is. I'm a pie person more than cake. Some people, cake is too dry. Frosting can't rescue a dry cake. That's for real. That is so real. That's serious. I need to bake cakes tomorrow for my daughter's birthday on Friday. Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday to your daughter. Yay. Hello, hello. Cake, ice cream, cheesecake, carrot cake, red velvet. Red. So when I got married, the only thing I had saying was the cake, and I was like, I want the biggest red velvet cake that you could find. That was my contribution. Magic. I spring. Oh, greatest party ever had. Dry cake dress is one of life's biggest disappointments. Yay, hello, butterfly. Great to see you. Great to see you. Yay. I can destroy a pumpkin pie. I heard pumpkin pie is trying to unite against me. My son, right? We have a pie problem in my house. Right now, there's I have a sweet potato pie and pumpkin pie, and he has his own sweet potato pie and pumpkin pie because he eats pie from the middle with a spoon. And he'll eat the whole pie, but he eats it from the middle. You have to have patience as a parent. You have to have patience. It actually drives me crazy, but I love the kid. But he eats his pumpkin pie and sweet potato pie from the middle. Oh, kids will test you. My mom puts milk on cake. It depends on the cake. I love marshmallows fluff. We'll eat right out of the container. Again, we have a marshmallow problem in my house. When my son at the grocery store, when he asked me, like, can we have marshmallows? I'll tell him, can you not eat it all in one day? Carrot cake. Oh, same. I'm the same. There has yet to be a cake named that I'm picky. I even love lemon meringue pie, and I'm picky. My wedding cake was red velvet juicy. Jesse, you have great taste. Oh, face is not. I don't like red velvet, but I'll eat it in a pinch. I love that. I have no idea why. Pie is very American. We call them tarts here. I have a pie problem. I will eat blueberry, raspberry. I have pie issues. I absolutely. Oh, he drives me crazy. But you know, kids will always be kids. And this is the same young man that put an exercise bike in my kitchen. And I woke up and I walked in my kitchen and I'm like, is he judging me? I instantly internalized it. Like, is my son judging me? And yes, I was kind of offended when I woke up and there was an exercise bike in my kitchen. Right, every time I buy marshmallows, kids will eat it. I would get mad when I made my hot chocolate. Exactly. And you know what's funny? I'm addicted to hot chocolate as well, Mona. There's certain perks to certain jobs. People, they want my business, so they give me gift baskets. I should have never told anyone I like hot chocolate because they give me these really bougie gift baskets, and I'm like, this is the best hot chocolate ever. Do you remember the Good Earth restaurant in Woodland Hills? They made the best carrot cake. Oh. Butterfly, do you remember Pace? I was trying to explain to my son what life was like before Walmart and big stores. Do you remember Pace? It was like a competitor for Costco back in the 80s. When you hide that stuff, don't put it where they can find it. I'm feeling we are actually siblings. Did you say your dad might have children? I wouldn't be surprised. My dad was the definition of a Rolling Stone. Oh, oh, ah, I've, I avoided red velvet for years after getting sick drowning Jack Daniels and eating red velvet cake for my birthday when I was a teenager. I was like that with Jameson. Detroit Lake, Oregon. Drinking and boating do not mix. And I'll just leave the story at that. Detroit Lake, Oregon. They will give anybody a pontoon boat in Oregon. What do you mean, you Brits gave us pie? I have a pie problem. I'm like foghorn leghorn. You put a pie on the windowsill, I just kind of float over towards it. Oh, I just aged myself right there. I just aged myself. Candace, what a combo. Oh, absolutely, Jesse. We are siblings. I wouldn't be surprised. No, don't remember Pace, just Gemco. I always talk about one of my vests was my father's old jacket, and he would always say, "I'm the original owner. I got this at Gemco." A lot of it, the original Levi's I have in this house came from Gemco. A lot of it. Great times. Great times. We don't call it pie here. Pies. Oh, that's true. That is true. Well, your dad was in the Navy. Those guys are known for having kids all around the world that they don't know they have. Exactly. I told a very famous story about before my pops passed away. We used to always joke about how he has kids around the world. And he grabbed me and he was like, if anyone is half Laotian Cambodian, he just named it. He said, believe them. And plus, we all weirdly look alike. So if we were related, I would know instantly. Time for ancestry. We did that. We actually did that. That was a great day. That was such a glorious day. We all did ancestry. That was so hilarious. We were on the floor laughing. Have you had pie holes? We get them for Christmas one year. Delicious. No, but what is this amazing thing that's a pie hole? It kind of feels like when I'm sitting in my room by myself eating a whole apple pie and I'm like, I know this is wrong. I'm done. I have pie issues. I even love the apple pies from McDonald's. I still eat those. But I'm a 4 a.m. kind of person. Like I am out driving around at 3:45 in the morning, and the only thing open are donut shops and McDonald's around here. Hot pies with ice cream. Man, we are 42 minutes in and we have gone full food. Hot apple pie with ice cream, hot cherry pie. Oh, pumpkin pie. Absolutely. Absolutely. Pie and whipped cream. You know what's really funny? This whole time we're talking about pie, I'm thinking about whipped cream. That is one thing that I have in my refrigerator year round. Year round. There's birthdays. There's all. I'm telling on myself. I eat a lot of pie. I do. My dad was in the army. Got stationed in Korea, Honduras, Costa Rica. I wouldn't be surprised if I have a Hispanic or Korean sibling. I'm serious. I am so serious. Yes, I tell them, shut your pie hole. I have a problem with McDonald's apple pies. Every time I go and I say I get a McMuffin, I order apple pie too. But to be fair, every Saturday morning I do that and then I go walk it off because I'll go to the swap meet. It's so sad. It's on a hill. When I get to the top of the hill, last time I was there, I was like, oh man, I was huffing. Hershey pie. Those, I have a problem with those as well. Those are amazing. They're individual round pies. Get some McDonald's apple pies for the win. Absolutely. Absolutely, butterfly. I love McDonald's apple pies. You know what's really funny? I always eat before I stream, but when I walk out of this room, I am starving. Oh, absolutely. Popeye's apple pie is so much better than Candace, I didn't know this. I did not know this. I used to go to Popeyes all the time. I didn't go throughout the entire plague and everything. And I saw this thing on Twitter that said California Popeyes has lost its mind. An 8-piece, where I live, everybody brace yourself, is $28. So I still go to Popeyes, but you know, I gotta go cash in some bottles and cans before I go. I love whipped cream. Same. Absolutely. Absolutely. Full food, but did you do more sewing in your last video? I witnessed it. Thank you. Thank you. I've actually got a lot done this week. My Friday sews is actually going to have quite a few things. And a bunch of patches I ordered arrive. I've made 2 different jackets. I'm excited. Oh, excuse me. It's all that fast food I eat. It's all the greasy spoon I eat. I don't get fast food. I don't get fast food. Even when I did, I never got the pies. One thing they never tell you is when they can cook and bake your standards. It is true. I was full of my pears for dinner, but now I'm starving. Exactly. You have to have patience for McDonald's apple pie. That is filling. They are hot. When you get them fresh, they are on fire. What? I didn't think same. I was thinking the same thing. Yes, Popeyes in California. I'm not kidding you, because my father would go all the time, and so me and my mom didn't go for years because it was just a thing. I went with my son, and I got an 8-piece. I ordered an extra large side, and then my son ordered something else. I spent almost like $60 or $70 in Popeyes in one sitting. And quite honestly, every time I go now, I spend almost that much. And I tell my son all the time, like, we can go to Popeyes and spend $70, or we can go to a fancy restaurant and get a ton of food for probably less. I always burn my mouth on those darn pies. Same. I like buying fried chicken from supermarket delis. It's better than any fried chicken restaurant. We have had this conversation. In a way, I agree. The one by my house, they cook it fresh when you walk up. So you can't compete with that. So if you order like a 10-piece or anything, they cook it right there. Oh, now I'm craving fried chicken from... Oh, they're not 24 hours anymore because Los Angeles closes now. See, you hang out with my crew on Sundays and you get a lot accomplished. I really did. And the funny thing is, I made a full coat within less than 24 hours. Absolutely. Yay, good morning, Giovanna. Great to see you. I hope everything is going well for you. I've been watching your videos. It's crazy to see what happens when a flood comes through. It's absolutely insane. I've experienced many fires, and it's one of those things where you really can't explain it unless you've been through it. It's unreal. So you're my hero. Plus, you can get a 50-piece from Walmart for the same price as a bucket anywhere else. It's true. Walmart has these weird pizzas I'm addicted to too. Absolutely. I ran 17 Mickey D's at the end of my Mickey D's career. I have connections. I'm like the Oprah Piper. I'm gonna hold you to the. I worked at a Carl's Jr. 20 years ago, and the sad thing is they still run the same system. So when there's a problem, and the funny thing is, I'll still go to a Carl's Jr. and eat the food, and I eat there all the time. That is a lot. I ran one store and could barely handle it. Our Sparkle has good fried chicken. Sam's for whole roasted chicken. Those are amazing. Now I'm craving a grocery store chicken. That's something else my son and I can't share. It's so sad. We'll go up to the grocery line and the checker's like, "Oh, are you guys like having people over?" And we're like, "No, we just don't know how to share." So he's got a chicken. I have my own chicken. Oh, great time. Great times. Yay. Hello, hello. Food inventory manager and trainee. Awesome. That's a great job. I worked myself up. I became a store manager from the ground up. But the truth was, nobody wanted the job. So they gave the job to a 23-year-old. Good times. Good times. Only sparkle knows paper towels. We have that here. Went to Captain D's this summer with my two kids. It was almost $70. Thank you. Hell, I could have cooked fresh shrimp and thank you. That drives me insane, Candace. Absolutely insane. And where I live, we have really quality restaurants, and they're just chain restaurants, but I love barbecue. And there's this barbecue Western place by my house. Man, if you really think about it, it's a sit-down restaurant. It has amazing food, and it's cheaper than McDonald's, than Popeyes. All the time, I'm like telling my son, let's make life choices right now. Let's make life choices. I you know what? I'm probably gonna go there by myself this weekend. The only restaurant that are still worth it are the shady Chinese restaurants that you might get food poisoning from. You know what's so funny? I miss the Chinese place I used to go to every weekend, but I had to wean myself off because I gained quite a few pounds just from going to that one place. Here, we don't get that type of food. You know, it's really funny. Where I live in Los Angeles. I'm addicted to Armenian food. I'm addicted to Filipino food. I'm addicted to Ethiopian food. Thai food. I eat green beef curry at least once or twice a week. And I feel like if I didn't live anywhere else besides here in New York or like Florida, I wouldn't get that experience. Yay! Yay! Too funny. I'm not great at sharing either. It's just us. And even when my mom cooks, she cooks these Viking portions, and she's like, I know you and your son are like two bulls. Our Moose Club has great food, reasonable. We have a Moose Lodge around here. Yay! Yay! Here, McDonald's is expensive. Everything it's going to absolutely everything is going through the roof. My grocery bill, hold on, let's see if it's right here. And the funny thing is, we forgot a bunch of stuff here. Let me make sure I'm not doxing myself or showing my credit card. But it was $278. Hold on, let me come in closer. Oh, you can't see it now. It was a lot of money. My son was like, he looked at the cart and he's like, it doesn't look like $300 worth of stuff. It's expensive to live where I live. Here we go to the same couple of restaurants and share an entree. Frequently have leftovers. It's cheaper than McDonald's. Absolutely, exactly. Same here. That's what I was like. I love the experience, and it's weird how restaurants are cheaper than going to fast food. McDonald's is expensive here too. Family of 4. You could buy a catering. Thank you. You could buy an amazing platter from Applebee's. I know that, Mona, but then I prefer sushi. I love sushi. McDonald's is gonna price themselves out of business. They've been around. I must be getting stronger now. I can carry $100 worth of groceries in one. It's crazy. That is hilarious, Katie, but it's true. Like, you know what it was? Is I buy a lot of face wash. I bought $50 worth of face wash because every bottle was $10. I get used to 3 double cheeseburger meals for $9. Now it's $30 exactly. Exactly. It's really sad. I'm not on Twitter like I used to be. I'm really like, because I'm not into that stuff anymore, but inflation is real. And it's hitting hard here. Oh, we have pho. We have pho restaurants everywhere here. We have an old Altadena, which used to be a drive-up grocery store. They turned it into a pho restaurant. It is so hilarious because it still has the big weird roof on it. You can see that place from outer space. Now I'm crazy. Now I'm craving Vietnamese food. It's Vietnamese soup, Mona. It's really good. Oh, oh, it's really good. No, I want my fish dead and cooked. My son was like that until I took him to a sushi restaurant, and he's like, "Oh, that was the best thing ever." And I was like, "Did you notice how they didn't cook anything that they served you?" Pho is amazing. Pho is Vietnamese soup, and it's now I'm craving it. Oh man, I need to finish this eventually. Oh, don't get caught up. We have a really, really fancy Chinese restaurant in my town that used to be like that meant you made it in life when you went to this one particular restaurant. Ever since COVID, they have made they dropped their price like 20-30 bucks. I love that place. I love, and you get like real Chinese food that's affordable, you know. But I live in LA, so we have like food from around the world. I had to throw away around 20 pounds of food yesterday from my freezer. We go to a Jewish deli and they have the best pork green chili. So crazy. You know what? I knew somebody who was a cook and she had no taste. And she was the greatest cook I have ever been around in my entire life. And she had absolutely no sense of I'm sorry, she had no sense of smell. And I tested it all the time, and she legitimately did not. Greatest cook I've ever been around in my life. Yeah, that's awful, Giovanna. That's absolutely awful. I want to be in a food coma. I would have cooked it all. It has worms if you don't carry the fish by free. I always wondered about that. I'm not a seafood person or a pork person. I get weird aches and pains when I eat pork. Cold cuts don't bother me though. You know what's really funny? I think about this all the time. I think because I grew up on pork and fish, I don't have a problem with it. There's a lot of people that around me that do not eat pork at all in any way, shape, or form, and I really respect that. But I'm a barbecue person. Which means I have two huge barbecues in my backyard. When I tried to cook a lot, the beef got cooked. Perfect. When the worms wake up, when they thaw. Whoa! Are you sewing on your serger again? No, this heavy duty is on its way out. It has a heavy clack. I took it to the shop. I put it under the air gun. I've done everything I can. In real life, I should be a sewing machine tester. I should. It's how long have I had this machine? And it's about to just go. It's gonna go poof one day. One day it's just gonna go literally poof. Smoke is gonna come out of this machine. Pork and chicken must never be eaten raw. Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Ooh, my hubby has a smoker and a grill in the backyard. Should smoke another chicken soon. I'm a barbecuer. I am that is something I absolutely love to do. And because I'm a purist, I have a charcoal and I have a propane one. And sometimes I don't know in which direction I like either one, but I love the smell of charcoal. Good to know they die. That's good to know. I was a member of an organization that held a pork roast once as a picnic kind of thing. I almost had to leave. The smell of the roasting, pork roasting made my stomach want to shift in reverse. Have you tried oil? Are you talking about like deep frying things? Because I have stories about deep frying things. I watched somebody almost burn down a shed because they threw an almost frozen turkey into a deep fryer. All good times. I jumped 20 feet because there was a huge explosion when they threw it in. Oh, you're talking about the machine. Yes. Hold on, let me put my bubble helmet on because I'm in outer space and pay attention. That was traumatizing when the garage blew up. I do think I have to oil the machine. I think I do. It sounds like it needs to be thrown away and an industrial put in its place. I agree. Ours can do either. Most of the time we do need pellets as it gives more smoky taste. I went through this huge smoker phase. And I'll just say I smoked a duck, and that was the last time I smoked anything. Deep fried turkey is delicious. It is. When I was younger, I knew people that would tailgate all the time because I wondered, where did I fall in love with bar food? And it was hanging out with people that would drink before football games. I love deep fried turkey. I can't stand the smell of ramen noodles. I knew my son was going to react on that one. I can sympathize. I've never been able to eat roast pork since I had it. I'm kind of laughing because I feel like because of the way I was raised, I'm really desensitized to a lot of these things. I've been to quite a few pork roasts. Quite a few. But again, I was exposed to this as a very young child. I know a lot of people who are like, I hate seafood. I've been eating seafood my entire life. as long as pork and everything else. When I was a kid, fish was actually cheap. So I think that's why my parents ate it all the time. Those things are dangerous. My stepdad got steps on fire. They are. Zaza, do you ever sleep? I don't like turkey. My son has recently, he eats so many turkey legs, I can't stand the smell. And when he was younger, I stuffed a chicken. And he told everybody, my dad stuffed a turkey on Thanksgiving. Oh, good times. Giovanna, not this week, having a flare up, just got out of the hospital. I am so sorry. I hope you feel better. Absolutely, I hope you feel better, Zaza. Absolutely, I hope you feel better. My nephew lives in Washington State, and he smokes salmon he catches. It's the only salmon I'll eat. Oh, I knew somebody who was from Maine, and I didn't understand the insanity about Maine lobster until I had it. And I've had lobster from around the world, and for some reason, it just tastes better coming from that area. That's something that used to be cheap as well. When I was a kid, lobster was cheap. Okay, let me line these edges up. Do this the old-fashioned way. Actually, I'm going to line this, and so I will go on the top so I can actually connect both pieces. Perfect. I was going to be a griller, but then I realized that everything I eat needs a real oven or stove, and you have to go out and stand in the evil bright fireball called the sun. Absolutely, Zaza. I hope you feel better. Gilroy, I love being in my backyard and cooking. I sit on my fountain and contemplate life. Oh, thanks, Mona Giovanni. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Please get some rest, sweetheart. Do you know what's funny? When I'm resting, I'm all up in the chat, and it seems like I totally get it. Especially, I really have not been able to sleep lately, and there is somebody where I was never able to participate in their lives, and now I watch them live. My grandfather was a fish merchant, so we always ate the best fish. I actually miss oysters in Maine are the best. It's so funny you would say that, Butterfly. I grew up, I'm obsessed with oysters. Now I'm craving fish. I guarantee you, in my freezer right now, I guarantee you I have Gordon's fish. I guarantee you I have some fish patties in my freezer right now. I think that's what I'm probably gonna eat after this stream. Is it Gordon's? Or whatever. Yeah, it's definitely Gordon's. Oh wow. I'm at 900 and I would like to thank the Academy. And I would like to thank everybody. I never thought I would be here. And I will continue down my path of sewing and waffling. And I would like to thank everybody. Absolutely, Zaza. Feel better. Absolutely. Okay. There we go. There we go. I feel like I need an excuse because I kind of been having an ice cream party every night. Do you know what's so funny? At my job, they're like, "You've been walking a lot lately." And I'm like, "It's because I love food." Crunchy fish for the win. I love Gordon's fish. But I truly believe it's because I grew up Roman Catholic, and so during Lent, man, you can't eat meat on Fridays, and so I loved the crunchy fish and fish sticks. I still eat them. Judge me. I watched a lot of Doctor Who. In the UK, they call them fish fingers. I am addicted to fish fingers. When in Kenya, we used to get the Nile perch fresh, and they are and they are the biggest freshwater fish. Wow, how do they taste? How do they taste, Giovanna? I am so curious. I will go to lurking, hands numb from holding the phone. I totally understand that, Mona. Hey, Dose, how's it going? How's it going? Thank you. Thank you, Zaza. Thank you. How's it go? Is that Bernie from Weekend at Bernie? Absolutely. Captain Birdseye fish fingers. You know what's really funny? They sell those in America. They said we can actually purchase those. We can actually purchase those. And I saw Jaffa cakes at the store, and I was like, how come I've never seen these before? Yay, how's it going, Dose? Great to see. That is Bernie from Weekend. Those movies remind me of I grew up in a house where we had a cable box, but it had all the channels in one room. So those movies, those remind me of HBO movies back in the day. You can solidify the fact that we are siblings. I was Catholic once upon a time. I'm done. Tell your mom. Jess and I are finding out right now that we're siblings. Yay, how's it going? Absolutely, absolutely. I feel like Bernie sometimes. I'm just a driver. I am my kid's driver. There are certain parents I see everywhere, and I'm like, we are the taxi service. Yay! Hello, hello. Just you're always a Catholic, a good Catholic or bad Catholic. Oh, my mom says that. After I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. After almost every conversation, she always says, "Well, at least you were baptized." Oh, I grew up going to a convent school. You know, I think one of the reasons that my family was raised Catholics because my father went to a convent school in Savannah, Georgia, in the 50s. Actually, when in the 40s. Yeah, in the 40s. Wow. Yay! Hello, hello. I was never Catholic, but went to Catholic school, so I get the Catholics. I'm not practicing Catholic. I moved back to my hometown, so I still know every single Catholic person in this town. And we're all wearing Slayer shirts. We're all oh, good times, good times. Mass every Friday during the school year. I went to catechism classes, and so we were there all the time. All the time. Do you see my face? Okay. But like I said, there's still great people. There's still absolute great people. And it's really weird. I ask my mom all the time, like, are you going for the Guinness Book World Record? I think my mom has gone to church every Sunday for over 50-something years. I'm sure there's people that can beat that record, but I ask her, I was like, have you ever taken a Sunday off? To me, people are people. I don't look at religions. Absolutely. Absolutely. My mom went to convent school. She said the baddest girls there became a nun and is now Mother Superior. We were stereotypes. When I was a kid, we were the wild Catholic kid. We were wild. Repression isn't always the greatest tool. I'll just say that. But you know that I say that, and today's wild is way like yesterday's wild is way different than today's wild. We were fun. We were fun. You've got to be a bad girl to become Mother Superior. The good ones aren't. Okay, I agree with that. But when I was a kid, they used to tell us you're lucky they passed laws so we can't touch you anymore. Do you know how scary that is to a child? And they were saying that so we can't beat you guys up anymore. Our nuns ruled through fear. But also, there was this weird legend in my town where there was a man who gave his property and everything to the church. And so the nuns were kind of incorporated in my church because they live in the middle of the town. And so you see them everywhere around here. You're I will take that. I will take that. I don't feel young, but I will always take that. Strict parents make sneaky kids. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I don't think it doesn't matter what you believe and where you come from. If you have rigid rules, it usually does not end well. I actually know somebody who I absolutely love and respect. She was homeschooled back in the day, and she is head old lady to a motorcycle club, one of the largest motorcycle clubs in Los Angeles. She has more power than senators. And she was homeschooled and not exposed to the world. So you have to be careful when you shelter your kids. You have to be sheltered. I am in my 40s. I am the same age as Britney Spears and Beyonce. And I just admitted my age. I did. It's not easy for me. It's not easy for me. I think it's because I grew up around people that never said their age. It's not easy for me. The Catholic school I went to was one of the old school ones with both the church and the rectory on site. The rectory was built about 10 feet from the school. Wow. You're just a baby. I will take that. I'll have to Google for that. I just turned 64. I have a brother who turned 65 this year. And his daughter is a year younger than me. I was shocked when I found out I was the same age as Beyonce, and I felt very unaccomplished all of a sudden. But we all can't be Beyonce. Oh, tell him, Katie. I'm older than William. William, it's okay to let admit your age. I just turned 43. The more you talk, I'm really starting to think that we are siblings. Oh. Oh. How's he enjoying that sweet fat Social Security check? Oh. My oldest nephew turned 60 today. It's weird. It's weird when my family's all over the place because I was literally in my family, they were literally like, oops, we're having a baby. And then I arrived. So I'm the same age as my niece. I can't say without laughing. I'm the same age as my nieces and nephews. Well, at least a certain age group, the 80s babies. I wish I was 43. It's not easy. You know what? I've lived. I feel like Forrest Gump sometimes. I've lived a full life. I could tell you some stories, but we don't have enough time. I had an uncle that was 4 years of the day older than me. Exactly. It gets weird. And I'm not even mad about it. It's one of those weird things. I have a hang up about my age. I don't even know why. You two are twins separated at birth. Didn't you have the flu? Yes. That was so awful. I did have the flu this year for my birthday. That was awful. I forgot about that. Yeah, next year I'm having a party because I had the flu. That's right. But I think because my birthday, my birthday's during the winter. I get sick during the winter. I forgot about that. You're my baby brother. I'm just barely older than you. Oh, good times. Mom and Dad still had fire left. You know what's funny? I think about it all the time. I was the exact age that I am now is how old my father was when I was born. So like he was literally retired by the time I was in junior high school. And I played sports with my brothers because my dad couldn't care because he was 40-something years older than me. Ah, good times. That's how my family is. I was born 8 years after my closest sister. You know what? I think I'm 8 years younger than my sister, or something like that. I'm something in that range. My friend has nieces and nephews older than that. I'm used to. I come from one of those families, just one of those families. My niece has nieces and nephews older than them. Just because there's snow on the roof doesn't mean there isn't a fire in the fireplace. Oh. All right, let me remove this one. And also people think I'm older too because my brothers and sisters were, when I was younger, they were a major influence. And so I'll reference something or I'll be like, oh, I remember when the Lost Boys came out. It's because they were all into it and I was this tall. Like the Dodgers won the World Series in 1988. I remember it. I was 7 years old. Two of my best friends are on the niece is 6 months older than the aunt. Oh, wow. I had my son at 36 and my daughter at 38, so they're most likely the same age as your son. My son is 15 now. Even in my family, I was considered an old maid because I had him when I was I had him. I was there when he was born, when he was 28, 29. When I was 28, 29. And where I'm from, that's old. That's old to have a kid. And I looked at my parents like, don't judge me. I'm no longer the baby in the group. I'll take that. I will take that. I'm the youngest. I'm the youngest at my job. Do you know? Feelings were hurt when I took over. Feelings were hurt because I hired some young guys, but they don't stick around very long because I work a hardcore job. But I am always the youngest out of the original people at my job. I'm the youngest. My dad was a menopause baby. His parents were 45 and 48. His brothers were in high school. Exactly. That is one thing. When I started by the time I was 13, everybody moved out of the house. And that's one of the reasons my brothers and sisters, they look at me side-eyed because I had a completely different experience with my parents. My parents, they only had one kid in the house, so things changed. I'm 13 years older than my brother. My brother's like that. He's like, I have many brothers, but I have a brother that's 13, 14 years older than me. Candace, that was a common thing. I think so too. My mom, my parents were in their 30s when they had me. 29, being too old to have a kid doesn't compute for me. My mom was told she was an old mother when she had me at 29. I'm the youngest of four. You guys are making me feel better. They gave me grief. They're like, oh, you're finally having a kid, huh? That's how people in my family talk. They all smoke. I have a few cousins that are older than my aunts and uncles. You guys are making me feel better. My family tree is more like a bush. It's all over the place and kind of sideways. Like I said, my father was a rolling stone, a real one. I asked him one day, my dad and I became really close. And I asked him one day, I said, why did you have so many kids? You don't even like kids. He just started laughing. Because we all know why he had so many kids. But I told him, for a man who doesn't like children, you had an army. You're still my baby, sis. William is my baby brother. I will gladly be the youngest. I'm actually glad. Because being around all these young whippersnappers makes me feel old. There was one day, there's a legend at my job. I was having a bad day, and I said, man, I'm going to be here like Al Bundy. I'm going to be here for the rest of my life. And someone who works at my job, they looked at me and they're like, who's Al Bundy? I got in my car and I drove off. It's a legend at my job because I was like, I didn't say a word. I just got in my car and I left. I was like, I'm going home. I'm going home. For a man, it's easy. Having a kid after 40 is different for a woman. That is true. I'm thinking you're a long lost Irish cousin who's way younger than you. I'm thinking I'm your long lost Irish cousin who's way younger than you. That's not too far from the tree. On my mom's side, they married a bunch of people from Ireland. So that might be true. That might be true. He'd like the extra money in the income tax check. He had an army of children. Did your dad stop in Port, New Jersey? What if William had blue eyes? I have blue rings around my eyes. You know, my eyes are black. Like my eyes are so brown they're black. But there's this weird thing in my family, like it's honestly how you can tell if you're actually in my family. All the males, my son included, we have blue rings around our eyes. It's the strangest things. Jess and I are finding out that we're related. It's a guy at my job about to retire this year. He has a first grader. I couldn't imagine going back to that right now. And I say at my age, like I'm a million. I couldn't imagine going back to that. Jess. You're as old as you feel. Absolutely. I got that from my pops because I'd ask him sometimes, I'd be like, do you realize how old you are? He never grew up. My mom got a sign for her 40th birthday that said, I'd rather be 40 than pregnant. I like that. That's a t-shirt. I might patent pending, but I might put that on a shirt. I got blue eyes. I feel like I'm 70 since I can't remember very old. So absolutely. We did the DNA testing and some new branches showed up thanks to an uncle of mine. My Are you kidding me? My dad had 9 kids. I have a brother who had 14 children around the world. They found a kid in Africa, a kid in UK, a kid in Canada. Oof. And I know he's not subscribed to my channel, so I know he's absolutely, Jess, absolutely. I really do. Oh, no, sir, you my brother. I'm too paranoid to do one of those DNA tests. The family I do know, I don't really want, so I refuse to check the DNA test to see how many backwoods screw-ups I'm related to. I have family in Savannah, Georgia, who live stream themselves hunting in the woods, and then they live stream themselves cooking what they hunted. And they always say to the West Coast, my last name, they're like, I know you guys are probably going to click off. And we do. I know how that is. I have a cousin. Every time he's out in the woods, we always type in, are you going to eat that? Are you going to eat that? And he lives in Savannah, Georgia. Oh, good times. Good times. Absolutely. Navy babies. Or Wilt Chamberlain. Oh. My pops did have, he did kind of look like Daryl Dawkins. To further the mystery. My family are in 4 continents of the world. There was one day I will sit down and tell the story about when my father got DNA tested. It was the greatest thing ever. He swore he was like all these different things. And my father was 96% African. Oh, that was a glorious day. Oh, that was a glorious day. Oh. I'm laughing because he's like, he was shocked, and I'm like, you're shocked? Oh, DNA tests are awesome. Same here, Donnell. I pretend I don't know some of my relatives. You know what's really sad though? I think no matter what, like me and my family, we don't get along because of money. And I think that's the saddest thing on earth. I'm gonna have to remove a million pins from this hood. So I would sometimes, I don't know, I'd rather be related to hillbillies than people who hate each other over money. Hunting your own food is fine. Just don't eat roadkill. I think, do you know, I think my cousin has discovered that the people in the West Coast of the family, and when I say I have a lot of family in Chicago too, they're like, ew, what are you doing? They're typing in too, like, ew, what are you doing? I think it's the city folk have a different ideal than people who live out in the real country. I respect that. You know, I respect that. I really, really respect that. It's just not my thing. Oh, that's another thing. I told half of my family to F off. They sided with my son of a F father when he cheated on my mom, so half of the DNA test would be useless to me. I totally get it. Money is usually the issue, or jealousy. Yes. Yes. And it's sad because I grew up in a huge, huge family, tight knit. After church, we would go to a restaurant and we would, I'm old, so we would fill the smoking section. Matter of fact, when I was a little kid, I remember just being in church like, okay, it's almost over. It's almost over. Almost over. Because we would always go to a restaurant and my family was deep. Like we were tight knit and we all grew apart from each other because of money. And it's really sad too. I'm sure there's jealousy in there, but I'm one of those people who I wish people who wish me bad, I wish them well because life is too short. But you're right, Zaza. Money it's sad. It's really sad. Africa, Australia, Europe, and America, and not US only. Absolutely. Absolutely. There was a big divide in my family because my brother went to my brother lives in Montana. He lives out in the middle of nowhere. He won a trip to South Africa and he went on one of those hunting trips. I'm not a hunter. Not a hunter. I'm not. But again, that's not my thing. My brother loves living out in the woods, good for you. It's not my thing. I agree with you, Zaza. I would never hunt for sport. Me either. My area is full of hunters. I just don't get it. Same. I have a cookbook called Recipes for Roadkill Cafe. It's hilarious. I'm thinking of the Baghdad Cafe. That was a Whoopi Goldberg show. Bumper Bambi Barbecue. It actually sounds really good. Squirrels freak. Around here, we have those weird squirrels that run, that will literally run in front of your car. So I'm not a fan of squirrels. They're fearless. No Bambi, not Bambi. That movie traumatized me. That and Fox and the Hound. Those movies and Old Yeller and Benji. We would get together on Sunday and we were around 50 people. I miss those days. Do you know what's sad? And it's so sad when I see my family now and we all dislike each other. And you know what? People have legitimate grievances. In no way, shape, or form am I downplaying anything, but it's just sad to watch people hate each other over money. I've had cars destroyed by Bambi. They can all go away as far as I'm concerned. I did go off one night about how deer are dumb. That's because I almost hit one on my way to work one day. They have no understanding. I go back. I knew there was still a pin in there. Deer are extremely dangerous around here, like I'm sure they are everywhere else. And they're weirdly fearless. Just a small hood. Just a subtle small hood. I hate hunters that hunt for fun. To feed your family, it's okay, but fun, no way. I'm the same way. And the sad thing is, I blocked my brother. It wasn't over that, but I blocked him because he just got weird. But like, I'm not a hunter. I am not a hunter, so it's not my thing. Deer cease to be cute when they cause an insurance claim. It's like with me and snow. I really hadn't experienced snow. And I have a saying like, snow is amazing until a week later and you're stuck in it. Being from the desert, being trapped in snow, I almost ended up like this. What is that? The Shining? Oh, good times. I don't tan either. Pale bird, back to pale. My grandmother used to hold church at her house on Sundays, making a huge spread for everyone to get together. Since she passed away, no one gets together anymore. Same in my family. It bothers me. It bothers me because we were raised correctly. We were raised in a way to respect each other, and we don't. But you know what? It happens. That's one beautiful thing. When I went out in the real world, I realized that nobody has a perfect family. And if they claim they are, run from them. They're not dumb. It's just because we have invaded their land. That I agree. No, I agree with you 100%. They, where I live next to I live next to the Santa Monica Mountains, and they wander down from the mountains. And they come into the city and they love plants. Okay, let's see if that fixed it or made it worse. I once saw a stag jump right over a car. It was a big car too. The driver nearly, absolutely. Oh, that's like the first time. Okay, I said my height. The first time I ever saw a moose, that thing was so big I could have walked underneath it. I'd never seen an animal that large. Ever. Do you know what I think? There is something seriously wrong with those people. I agree with you, Zaza. Because I'm so far removed from my brother's age and everything, and even people that hunt in general, I'm from a different era, but I also grew up in the city where I could go to the grocery store, or, I down the street from my house, there is every kind of like a fast food restaurant, Waffle House that you could possibly think of. So I do not have to go hunt. Snow was amazing Christmas morning. It needs to leave and go back to 75 day after. Yes. Yay! But seriously, for as much as I joke around, I'm shocked that I'm here, and I thank everybody. For real, I am really grateful. I'm going to screenshot it in case someone unsubs. I am really grateful. I never thought I'd make it to even as far as I am right now, so I'm kind of shocked. Some cars, if you hit a deer, you're good. You're going to the hospital. If you go through the windshield, they mess up your life. No, that's real. No, around here, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's even when I lived in Oregon, it was even worse. Moose can be huge and dangerous. I think this particular moose I was young, and this was 20 something years ago. I was drinking. I was in Long Beach, Washington. I walked out of a bar. Gosh, this was 22 years ago. I walked out of a bar and I walked up to a moose. My friends were like, William, they were scared. I'd never seen one before. I think the moose felt my stupidity. I think the moose did. And that moose, I didn't like walk completely up to it, but I walked within 3 feet of it and stared at it. Then yeah, I've seen an elephant close. They are amazing. Absolutely. Absolutely. I've seen an elephant up close. Yay, hello, hello. I took a nap and I'm wide awake and having coffee. I can't so while laughing. Hello. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much. I should have. I've been waffling for a while now. I should attach this hood. Yay, hello, hello. Yes, those antlers can do some serious damage. Deer are so strange. They are so strange. Yay, hello, hello. I know. I do. I get so much sewing done when I watch other people's streams because I'm not involved and I'm actually sewing. But I will say on Sunday, I talked my face off in Donnell's lovely group and I got a lot of sewing done. Yay. Hello, hello, Linda. Thank you for joining us. Hello, hello. Yay. Animals can feel if they're in danger and know when a person has bad intentions. I think that's what it was. I was naturally amazed. I'd never seen anything that large outside of a zoo. I'm from the city. I'd never seen anything that large. And the funny thing is still to this day, because I'm friends on Facebook with all of them, they still bring it up. They're like, do you remember that time William survived a moose from walking up to a moose? Oh, yay. Hello, hello. Just saw this comment. Earth, Wind, and Fire looks like the world's most awesome superhero team. My hairline looks like the lead singer. I have the Friar Tuck afro going on. Oh, but I accepted my hair a long time ago. I put a lot of pins in here. I constantly go through the drama of to overpin or not to overpin. This flower print, like I said, I purchased in downtown Los Angeles years ago. And I know I didn't go 6 months ago, but I'm going to check. And I probably did go 6 months ago. But I haven't gone to downtown in a while, so it feels like forever. Perfect. At my age, can I be wind? Are you kidding me? I ask for fire all the time, man. I don't know if I have it in the tank. Oh, that's hilarious, Doze. Right. And this is not a windsock for the airport. This is a hood I'm making. It's only like 3 feet and 5 inches. I measured it earlier and I'm like, wow, that's pretty big. Because it's going to be bigger than the shirt. Oh, this is going to be interesting. I grew up in a big city like Nairobi, but when we're very close to the wildlife, that's when we had a wild monkey in our garden. Wow. I think because I had never been around anything exotic. I would not walk up to a moose now. I'll tell you that much. It's because I do not drink alcohol. But in no way, shape, or form would I do anything that crazy nowadays. When you're young, you get away with things that you never would be able to when you're older. At least you aren't old enough to be earthed. Oh, I think you're missing the rest of the bolt. Oh, I'm gonna go downtown. I'm gonna bring the scariest person I know. No, my mom has a life. I'm gonna bring some people with me, but I'm gonna go downtown. I miss how much fabric I used to be able to purchase from this place. And I would feel like there were times where I would give Mr. Modelo like 10, 15 bucks. I would walk away with 300 or 400 yards and he'd be like, 35 bucks. And I'd be like, bro, are you kidding me? Oh, I miss Mr. Modelo. I'm still in my 40s, still November. I know exactly how old Dose is now. And in November, I will sing September for you. Oh, great. Now I have that song stuck in my head. I always wanted a pet monkey. I actually, so there's a good side and a bad side to owning a monkey. Near my job, there's a gibbon rescue, and they have all kinds of monkeys, but it's mainly gibbons, and it's really interesting. I don't think people realize that monkeys are like parrots. They live a very long time. Bubbles, Michael Jackson's monkey, is still alive. I'm scared of a monkey. A monkey is small but very dangerous. Thank you, Giovanna. I'm scared of a monkey. Monkeys are way too high energy for me. I like cats, very low energy. Absolutely. Cats will hang out with you. Armadillos live under my porch. The babies are cute. Always setting off my Ring camera. Armadillos are cute. Wow, that was a deal. I felt bad. We all, like, for a while, we thought he was a front for the mafia or something because he was giving me just rolls of fabric for unreal price. Did that fabric fall off the truck? In downtown Los Angeles, you never know. It was just these massive shops. And this one particular place I would go to, it was a shut down textile factory. And this one print I have, I know it's from the 90s. I'm going to pull it out since we're probably not going to finish the hood this evening. How's it going, Skids? Great to see you. Great to see you. I have rolls of this stuff hidden around my house. This is, I don't even know how many yards this is. This is an unreal amount of fabric. And I have about three or four of these just in this color. You say you want a goat until you own a goat. As somebody who works near them, you always say you want something until you actually see it. Imagine that monkey could talk. Bubbles would need a therapist and a cup of tea. Parrots are amazing, but it's like having a toddler for 90 years. They're generational pets. I talk about this all the time with Donnell. When I lived in Portland, I lived near a pet store. And it really stuck in my head. They had a sign, and it said, "This bird will outlive you. Do you really want this pet?" Monkeys have to stay in the wild. I don't like making pets of wild animals. And a lot of the monkeys in the gibbon rescue by my job, they hurt people. But they're wild animals, so we're not, as humans, we're not going to do anything to them. But yeah. What retirement home did you rob? Did you rob for that shirt? Are you talking about the shirt I'm wearing right now? I got this when I purchased the thing that came with it. Yeah, they are. Yes, absolutely. I agree. I think it's crazy when people own. One of my favorite stories. I can't believe I haven't told the Mike Tyson story in a long time. Mike Tyson owned a Black Panther. And it's an interview on YouTube. You could type it in. But they asked him, they're like, will you ever own an exotic pet? And Mike Tyson said, never own anything that can beat you up. The Black Panther tried to drag him in the cage. And he said, if I wasn't Mike Tyson, I wouldn't have survived. So I believe Mike Tyson when he says do not own an exotic pet. True, Giovanna, but as a kid, I was obsessed with them. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, that is, thank you. Thank you. I have a ton. I call this my Santee Alley fabric. This is from the 90s. I looked it up on the Maker's Mark. This sat in that shop for for 30 years waiting for me to pick it up. I see you got Austin Powers fabric ready. Hey, groovy. I am ready. The blouse on your mannequin. Hey, we are not going to start that Ryan Seacrest argument. That is a shirt. Just that my dress form just happens to actually be a dress form. I have a faux den in my backyard. Mama Fox. Oh, I have a fox den in my backyard. Mama Fox has 3 babies. Oh. We have more like skunks and possums and things like that around here. My neighbor had an African gray that lived until his 50s, but he was from the wild when they lived in Africa. In 1960s, people did that then. They still try to get birds here. It's a big deal where I live. Oh, man. I still have half a roll of backpack material. I made a long trench coat of the material that's made for backpacks. Oh, I remember when Robin Williams visited Coco the gorilla. She wanted to screw. That weird clip still pops up on my on my YouTube all the time. But I'm not here for angry YouTube. I say this all the time. I have completely taken all the angry, crazy stuff out of my feed. So I have nothing but positive things on my YouTube. That and a bunch of television. Because I watch Homeboys in Outer Space. I watch the Carol Burnett show. I'm all over the place. But what did the fox say? That song? Oh my God. When my son was young, he loved that song. I did not. I see twinning outfit. Remember, I'm a media. I got you. I got you. And when I loved that movie Twins, actually, with Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger. I look back at some of the movies I loved as a kid, and I make fun of myself. I loved Big with Tom Hanks. Let me tell you. Is there a reverse movie called Small? Oh, good times. I totally love that fabric on the dress form. Thank you. I also purchased this in downtown LA. I have just a massive amount of this fabric. Got to get some sleep. Always fun. Thank you so much for stopping by, Candace. Thank you so much. On Saturday, I'm trying to go earlier and earlier. So I might go on at 5. I might go on at 6. Thank you very much. But I'll be back at it on Saturday. That would be brilliant. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for stopping by, Candace. Thank you so much. I'm probably going to end this in a minute or two. I had full intentions, but I will attach the hood because I've been drinking coffee through the Vietnamese coffee filter, so I'm wide awake. My oldest always loved, who let the dogs out? You see how I look at my A word? There used to be a commercial that said, Alexa, play Who Let the Dogs Out. Mine would go off every time. I'm not kidding you. I have a really long hallway that everybody has seen me pose in. I was in my room. My Alexa turned on. I came running through my house. I was the only person in my house. I was like, if anyone's here, I know how to fight. Oh, it scared me when they played that. It scared me. That is a beautiful film, Big. Absolutely. It is. It's still one that still gets me. That if I'm really feeling sappy, I watch Forget Paris with Billy Crystal. I love that. And it's weird to see Kareem Abdul-Jabbar still on a basketball court. That movie really ages itself. That is one of the greatest lines in the movie. Uh, oh, I can't remember. Never mind. I loved that movie. Forget Paris is a great movie. Have a great night, Candace. Have an absolute great night. I started blocking all the political junkies on my social media. Got a lot better. Exactly. You know, you're going to vote for who you vote for. I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you, like, life's too short to be angry in front of politics. Sweet drinks, Candace. Absolutely. I drink tea. But I drink so much coffee that I can't combine the two because it makes me ill. I drink so much coffee. It's now I can see why in certain sects, certain religions, they're like, you shouldn't drink coffee. It's a controlled substance. I drink coffee all day long. Some people are going to put themselves into an asylum with how much they obsess over. Yes, I'm over it. I went on, you know, it's really funny. I went on Facebook today for 5 minutes and I was like, oh yeah, I remember why I got off of here. But Donnell, since you know my last name, if you send me a friend request, I'll see it. That shirt is Arizona chocolate tea color. Oh man, I love Arizona tea. And you know, they're not $1 here in Cal. Like, there's a tea that they sell that it was very famous. It was always $1, and they're no longer $1 in California. But in a miraculous change, when I went to Nevada, they're still $1. Pose, dance, strut, hallway, aka Williams Catwalk. You know what's really funny? I put that floor in. I am proud of that floor. I completely tiled my house by myself. Coffee makes my stomach hurt if I have more than 2 cups. Oh, geez. You got my Alexis. I'm telling you. Thank you. Great to see you. You have to be careful. I don't even like saying, I call it the A word. If you ever hear me refer and say the A word, I'm not being profane. I'm talking about my Alexa. It's so sad. I'm scared to say a word in my own house. Yay. Hello. I'm sending you one for sure. I was born in a tea plantation in Kenya, so I have tea in my veins. I drink a weird combination of black and green tea. Hold on, let me check my Facebook. I'm not a big Facebook, but you know, I like hanging out. Yay! We are friends. Okay. So if you send me anything on Messenger, I'll see it now. Bruce, think of the U.S. politics this way: 2 idiots fighting and 98 people walking away from the fight, except for the media and the only 2 shows. It's very true, though. It's very true. I used to drink loads of coffee, and now I have 2 cups in the morning. I'm gonna say this. I don't know any other way. If I was given a healthy alternative, I drink a lot of water as well. So for as much coffee as I drink water. So it's not like I'm just sitting here only drinking coffee, which I should be drinking way more water. But I do drink a very unhealthy amount of coffee, I will admit. I have a few nosy neighbors. In my videos, if you ever see me wave, I have a neighbor across the street. I've told her 1,000 times what I do, and she still walks out of her house and she waves at me like, "What are you doing, strange man, posing in front of your house?" You can take my Twinings Earl Grey from me when I'm dead. I drink a lot of coffee, so long as you don't drink alcohol. I do not. I do not. I do not consume alcohol in any way, shape, or form. And there's no judgment to anyone who does in any like at all. I'm not. I'm not one of those people. They say coffee is good for the liver, but drinking coffee with a pound of sugar and a pint of milk is like it's like you do is gonna give you diabetes. At my job, they call my coffee diabetes in a cup. Sweet tea, the house, wine of the south. So true, so true. Do you know what's really funny? I used to stream with a lot of people from the UK, and they thought I was trolling them when I put tea in my backyard and did sun tea. And I said, oh no, I add a bunch of sugar to this. That is the one thing I love about living in a place where it's perpetual sunshine is that I do sun tea year round. And even when it gets cold, I have a weird breakfast nook. And ever since I put my drapes in there, it's its own world in there. So I'm growing a pineapple in there right now. I see you wave at her. I knew what you were doing and started laughing. It's weird because she's staring, you know? At least my other neighbors drive by like this, like, oh, Lord, I don't even want to know what he's doing. I quit drinking last March. Best thing I ever did. Absolutely. Absolutely. I drink coffee all the time at any point of the day. Thank you. This is why Jess and I are related. Katie, I don't like green tea. I drink this extremely weird combination of black and green tea. It started from Starbucks during the winter. They have this one. I'm such a Starbucks geek. I worked at one, and I was a Starbucks aficionado. Long story short, they have a tea called Joy. It's a mix of black and green tea. Every year I would get it, and then one day at the grocery store, I was like, I should just buy black and green tea and mix it. And it's the greatest thing ever. I love that combination of black tea and green tea. I've been drinking that combination for over 20 something years. Yay. Same here, Jess. My body has gotten used to coffee. I can drink a 5-hour energy and go to sleep. I was like that at my son's MMA class. Like, this is espresso. And I was yawning while drinking it. I like green tea when I have a sore throat. That's about it. I love sun tea. I drink sun tea year round. Even though right now I have my pineapple drink in. And it's not even like a funny I drink pineapple lemonade. I'm addicted to it, but I think it's just the pound of sugar I put in there. But I eat pineapple. I eat a ton of pineapple, and we'll be walking with it upside down from now on the rest of my life. I used to be like that. A cup of coffee before bed. I'm like that. It's sad. I stopped drinking any form of alcohol since I was 29. Awesome. I quit drinking when my ex-wife and I split up, and my son started living with me. It was just him and I when he was 2. And he's 15 now, so I haven't had a drink in 13 years. And there's a direct correlation with my son living in my house. I remember we were fighting in court, and then it's me and a 2-year-old in my house, and I'm like, oh, I can't drink. So I quit drinking. I started watching cartoons with my son instead. I have a cup of before bed and still sit in bed for hours and able to fall asleep. I've been an insomniac my whole life. It is my favorite combination, Giovanna. It is my favorite combination, black and green tea. My first bottle of tequila was my last bottle of tequila. Do you know what's really funny? I kind of have the same story, Gilroy. Equal parts green and black. Yes. Absolutely equal parts. It's the weirdest thing. I like the taste. And once I figured out the ratio, I've been drinking it for very long time. When I was in my teens, I would drink all day, every day, mellow yellow. I went to bed with one sitting there for a drink right when I woke up. Oh, now I have mellow yellow. They call me mellow yellow, stuck in my head. I love tequila in my youth. I a friend of mine, we took my father's charcoal filtered Safeway brand gold tequila. I did that when I was probably 15 or 16. I did not drink tequila until my 30th birthday. And even then, I told him I don't want it. And then I haven't had, well, I don't drink anymore, but I haven't had it since. Oh, I'm more of a craft beer guy. I love good, funky beer. Chamomile tea at night before bed with my fresh honey in it. I go back and forth. I go back and forth with chamomile. Here we go with the pineapple. I actually eat them, and I'm growing two right now. No innuendo. Welcome to the Insomniacs Club, 53-year-old member here. Oh. You know, I will say, when I was a little kid, I couldn't sleep. My mom took me to the doctor, and they're like, "Your kids just can't sleep." Some of the best advice I ever got in my life. My mom told me, "If you're gonna stay up all night, do something." I'm not kidding you. That's one of the reasons I get all my laundry done and my sewing done. It's because I truly can't sleep. It's one of the reasons I work a third shift job. It's because I'm just built like that. I have what's called, is it called biphasic sleeping? It doesn't always work. But I'm just one of those people. I'm one of those weird people who I sleep in shifts. And for the record, I think mellow yellow, I can't even say it now. I think mellow yellow is amazing. And Squirt. Any of my North American friends remember Squirt? Everything's illegal in California now. There's certain types of Mountain Dew they can't sell in my state anymore. So we really don't get this stuff anymore. Now I'm craving a mellow yellow. Oh, it's a soda brand. It is a soda brand. I was obsessed with Squirt when I was in high school. I was obsessed with that stuff. Now I have mellow yellow stuck in my head. Squirt tastes like battery acid. Squirt tastes like high school to me. That and some chewy runts that'll take me back. Do you know that pineapple can grow on any soil, even the poorest? I grow grapes. It is so amazing how they come back every year. And I grow potatoes too. I am so pride-filled with my potatoes. When anyone eats at my house, they're like, "Wow, those potatoes are good." I'm like, "They came from my backyard." Thank you, Donnell. Thank you. Squirt is amazing. I developed insomnia when I was 7, and that's what works for me. Do activities, keep my mind active. Absolutely. I have to, or I would go crazy. There's only so many videos you can watch, so many things you can do. I do a lot of laundry. And I read a lot of the books that I over ambitiously. I buy books like I'm going to own a library one day. And when I open my museum, I will have a wing for a library. Didn't know that, Giovanni. It had the climate for them. I tried growing one in my clay-filled soil. I'm growing one. I just got dirt. I put it in my nook in my kitchen, and it's growing. And I'm going to have an actual pineapple that the raccoon can't steal this time. It's awesome. Melio is a big competitor to Mountain Dew. They really don't sell that stuff where I live. That stuff is illegal here in Europe. California, we have European laws like that. I told you guys, when I go to Nevada, I buy Skittles because there's a certain type of Skittles that are illegal in California. Oh, nothing is better than Scotland is the only country that Coke isn't the number one soda. I didn't know that. I drink Pepsi, and I know that might start a fight. I was one of those people who could say I didn't know a difference between the two, but now I drink Pepsi. Wink is so much better than Squirt, but harder to find. Wow, I've never heard of Wink. I'm telling you, in California, everything's illegal. Like, when I go to different states, I'm like, I didn't know that existed. When I was younger, there was this stuff called Surge, and it's illegal in the state of California. And whenever I go out of state, I see it, and I'm like, are you serious? That stuff is still around. It's the ingredients in that stuff. Absolutely. Absolutely. Same where I live. Same where I live. Thank you, Donnell. I am biased towards Pepsi. And the funny thing is, my parents were avid Coca-Cola drinkers. Like, avid. Wink is made by the Canada Dry Company. Wow. I'm going to try that out. William, we can be friends now. I know you drink Pepsi. We can't be friends now. I also started, I don't know why. I love Cactus Cooler. I've been drinking that my whole life. I started drinking Hawaiian Punch. And, after you guys shamed me, I looked it up. It is pure sugar. But it's so good. I've added you on the list. So you know you love me. Absolutely. American Coke is rotten. Here in California, we have this thing. It's called Mexican Coke. We get Coke in bottles from Mexico. It is the greatest stuff on earth. It's because they use real cane sugar. The American Coke is different. It is. It is. They sell Coke from different countries in California. That's how. But a lot of that old school bottle stuff just tastes better out of the bottle. I'm biased because I feel like I'm from the last generation that drank. Well, I traveled as well as a kid. So you go to foreign countries and they were still drinking out of bottles. Oh, those are some good memories. Jolt, cola, yuck, all the caffeine and twice the sugar. I don't think it's been so long. I was shocked when I saw Jolt, Surge, all of that. But in the state of Nevada, anything and everything is legal. So it's different like where I'm from, where everything is regulated. I live in the land of lawyers. I prefer iced tea any day. I like all different types of drinks. I'm weird. I prefer Canada Dry versus ginger ale. My son went through this weird ginger ale phase, and I asked him, "Are you sick?" Because the only time I ever drink that stuff is whether it's mixed with something or if I'm ill. I love my well water. It tastes so good. I drink a lot of water. I do. Mexican Coke is what the rest of the world drinks. That stuff is so good. It's almost like where I'm from, it's like a treat. That stuff is out of the bottle because I can't have it in my house because I'll drink it. I will keep drinking. I love the Mexican Coke. And they have Fanta from Mexico, Mexican Pepsi. Same thing. It tastes so good. I'm going to go buy some bottled drinks tomorrow. My son, there's like a grocery store right in between my son's high school and my house. So whenever I'm driving home, sometimes I'm like, oh shit, I was talking about all that last night. Let's go check it out. If I drink a cup of pop, it's gotta be Dr. Pepper, strawberries, and cream. Never even heard of that dose. Let us talk about it. Okay. I don't know if my American friends know this, but it is a big argument. Our chocolate is different. America is one of the only countries in the world that uses corn syrup to make Coca-Cola. It's true. It's true. Have a great night, Donnell. Thank you so much for stopping by. Okay, my job is going to be calling Cincy. Thank you so much, Jess. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Thank you so much for stopping by. You guys are absolutely amazing. It is the cold. Do you know what's so funny? Like, corn syrup and ethanol gas is proof we grow way too much corn. Yeah, but in America, we have corn in everything. Thank you so much for stopping by. Mexican Coke is the best. It is absolutely the best. Okay, William, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for stopping by. I always drink the stuff that comes from other countries. Okay, my job is calling to me. Happy birthday, Jess. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much. I'm going to make a cup of coffee in an hour. Yay. Have a great night. Have a great night later, Donnell. It is this American chocolate. Okay. I will concede this one. We put a lot of additives and a lot of things in our chocolate that gives it a completely different taste than anywhere around the world. Anywhere around the world. Absolutely, Donnell. Have a great night. Thank you so much for stopping by. So many soda companies snuck in to switch sugar to corn syrup to save money. Was it the way? It's true, though. We have corn syrup and everything in America. Yay. Absolutely. Have a great night, Jess. Companies in America. Well, it's all about profit here. Yay. Yay. I have been going for 2 hours. I'm going to go raid my kitchen. I want to absolutely thank everyone who has been here from the beginning. I want to thank Kilroy, Alibaba, not here, but you are not forgotten. Butterfly, I absolutely thank you. Everyone who has come from Mona's channel, everyone who has come from Donnell's channel, you are absolutely appreciated here. I thank everybody. McDonald's fries have 3 ingredients here: potatoes, oil, and so. Yes, ours. We always jokingly say they put something in the fries. We always say that because they taste the same as when we were children, and nothing remains the same. But I will be back at it on Saturday. I'm going to have a Friday sews out. I'm kind of working on it. I want to thank everybody who has recently joined the House of Sewing. We are the House of Growing. I had a great time hanging out. I'm gonna finish this project. I'm gonna go raid my kitchen. I will be back at it on Saturday. You guys are absolutely appreciated. Thank you, Giovanna. Thank you, Zaza. Thank you, Joanna, Giovanna, everybody. I absolutely thank you. Have a great rest of the evening, everyone. Thank you so much. I'll be back at it on Saturday. You guys are absolutely appreciated. And like I always say, reinforce your seams, be yourself, and I will definitely see you next time. Bye.